So hi everyone, my name is Sherry. I'm here to present the project Syrian People Know Their Way. Before I even start, I want to send greetings and thanks to my other group members that are not here, to all their, they helped me throughout everything. So this is our work, and I'm just going to present it. Oops, sorry. So I'll get started while this is launching. On February 26th, we started a Facebook group. We were not sure at that time what exactly we really wanted to do with it. We just knew that, we kind of felt the change coming after the revolutions in the area, especially after the great victory in Egypt. We kind of felt that the change is coming to Syria. We were not sure exactly how is it going to look like, what's going to happen, how is it going to, what shape is it going to take? So we just started this Facebook group that Facebook page that we put our thoughts into. At some point, sorry, this is, okay. For some reason, it said it had to be this program. And stick it once through one, because otherwise it will play all at once. I'm sorry. And it was just working like a minute ago. But when we tried it, awesome. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so when the revolutions in the area started, we kind of felt that the need for change in Syria, and we wanted to support that. We were not sure exactly how it's going to come out. We just had a Facebook page, and we just, write our thoughts into it. Now, the name of our page is not just a spontaneous name. It's more or less very related to the method that, it's always been said and believed that the Syrian people need to be babysat in some way or another. Ever since the French were occupiers in Syria, and then the Ba'ath Party came in after, and it's always been used that, this method has been used to say that the Syrian people don't know their way. They always need someone to lead them. And we jumped in to say, no, the Syrian people know their way. So, when people in Syria took the streets after March 15th, we're like online activists that are we're all over the world. Before the revolution, before the people took the streets in Syria like this, everyone was very much afraid. Even using a fake name on the internet and writing the stuff that you would today is normal to write was a big deal. There's huge fear, and after the people started breaking this fear on the streets, it was as well broken on the internet and vice versa. Well, nowadays we kind of use the internet in Syria pretty much to document and to spread the pictures, the images of the what's going on in Syria, protests, sometimes graphic images, but someone has to see this, it has to be documented. And then to use this space for creativity, for art, for music, for to tell the world that it's not just a violent stuff that's going on. You know, this violence is translated into art sometimes, into music some other times, into a lot of different creative ways of putting this image that the regime in Syria is only using violence, but we could actually take this violence and through pain we could translate it into art. And finally, we use the internet like we do in our page to prepare campaigns, often on ground. We work together with a huge amount of people who are like different groups online and some other people's offline. Now, after the people took the streets and the revolution was announced in some way or another in Syria, on our page we kind of felt that writing a status or sharing an idea wasn't just enough. So we started going through using Arabic calligraphy to say what we wanted to say. Later on, we started adding images into this beautiful Arabic calligraphy, and you know, try to work on the image and the way it comes out. The way things work out in our group is it's group work 100%. We have a private group on Facebook where we talk and share ideas. And when there is a discussion about something going on ground, or when there is, a discussion about anything going on ground, or sometimes online, or an idea or a political speech or something, that we have our own discussion as, you know, a group of friends. We have discussions about it, and then we come up with an idea, and then that idea, one of the artists would probably translate that into an image, a poster, sometimes a video, and then we, as a group, again, we go into details about how the image looks. Does it really represent what we, as a group, wanted to represent? We sometimes go as far as into getting to the colors, the position where the text is put, and like very tiny details. So it's a group work, 100% group work. And we also work with other groups. As I said earlier, it's online or offline. And we have like different connections with these groups who are also like very active and very creative as well. We sometimes, so some of them are friends, some of them are, you know, people that just approach us for help to take care of let's say, the artistic image that comes out of the campaign they're doing, or the project they're working on. One of the groups that we really work very much with is one that works with the refugees in Syria, Najda now, which translates into help now, but kind of. So they work with refugees around the Syrian refugees in Georgia, especially in Jordan, Turkey, and Lebanon. And we provide the group with the images, with their final outcome for the images, for the posters, for their projects. And we also recently had we announced for any musician. We don't consider ourselves to be yet a school, like, but maybe we're going too far to say we're a school. But we kind of try to help we're using our experience, try to help others who are trying to put their skills out there for the Syrian revolution too. And recently we just had we asked musicians or those who think that they want to write music or songs, and that we could provide the video clip for them if they wish to contact us, and we work with them. One of the great campaign that we had on ground was the graffiti ones, where you would probably see over here some of the over here is the graffiti campaign was done through it wasn't just in Syria, actually. It was we worked with different groups, Syrian groups, and then even from Egypt and some in Bahrain as well. This is images of the Arabic choreography that we used, printed on a Syrian flag. The Dignity Strike also was one of the campaigns that we worked on with several groups that were Syrian groups. We tried to call for a strike in Syria. It was earlier, like almost a year ago. We tried to call for a strike, general strike, and we called it the Dignity Strike, to tell the regime in all ways possible that we don't want to work with you. And there you probably see some of this is a video. And then here is some images that were used, and you probably would see the logo of other groups that were also part of this campaign. This image is calling for a strike in the universities and schools, and this is for, it says your strike is your key. Another one. And this is in Damascus. Now this says that it's not about the dignity strike. It's the civil disobedient is it's civil disobedient, and your peaceful protest is part of what we called for as well. More images about this is the graffiti campaign that took places, and then here is the video. This last image said that the graffiti, it's the freedom graffiti, and it's going to be sprayed on the walls of my country. This is another campaign that we also worked on with different groups. This is a girl in Damascus. She held this poster, which was her curtain in her room. She wrote on it, stop the killings. We want to build a country for all Syrians, and she stood in front of the parliament in Syria, in Damascus, and then she was arrested. And afterwards, when she was arrested, we made this image, which then the whole campaign spread all over. It wasn't just in Syria. This image is from Syria, but it was all over. Syrians from all over the world took the streets holding the same poster, more or less, saying that we want to build a country for all, even if you're not in Syria, we still want that, we still support that. This is more of the graffiti movement. It was a week shared with several groups, and some were not Syrians. The Egyptian one was a very helpful one too. This is actually one of my favorite, and it says, sorry if we bothered anyone, because we're in Syria are building a country, or a home country. More of the graffiti. And then finally, I really wanted to mention two last points about our groups. Our group is, it's not just a revolutionary group. It's not a group that was just made for the revolution and stops at the end of the revolution. At the beginning, we were out there in the space to ask questions and to see where these questions are going to lead. And even now and even after the regime is toppled or the revolution wins, we're still going to be out there, we're going to still be the troublemakers that always ask the questions that no one wants to answer or no one really wants to hear them. And we're never gonna stop, we're always gonna try to break that, that ice that they put to stop people from getting further. No matter who does it, no matter whether it's like political, religion, economical, we're always gonna ask these questions. We're always gonna seek the answers for them. We'll go as far as we could. And then my last point has to be that the award that we were awarded a few days ago is not just for our group. It's definitely, first of all, it's for the Syrian people. The Syrian people who are like facing all kind of violence every day. Like the other two brothers were mentioning, it's like the media always try to focus on the violence going on. But I have to say that with all this violence that we see on TV, there's still a very beautiful part that's coming out of this. There's art. There's all types of artists that are working out there in Syria. And this award is, after all, the Syrian people, the Syrian people, for every Syrian person that believes in a free country, in a free Syria. And to all the other groups that we worked with along the way, all the activists and all the ones that got arrested trying, and one of them was one of our group members who got arrested, and still are able to make art. The award, after all, is theirs before it's even ours. We're just a little tiny part of a huge network that's working toward freedom in Syria. And thank you.